Welcome back to another episode of Real Ass Affirmations Podcast. I'm Chisa Brown, your favorite mental wealth lifestylist. And today, let me style you with something. I want to style you with something that you can use as a technique to get what you want. And I know you're probably thinking, girl, what is it? What is the technique? Why are you speaking all low? And I'm going to tell you why. I want you to use the technique where you make space for silence. Did you hear me? Make space for silence. And let me tell you why. Because people expect you to react. They expect you to say something. But if you want to get what you want, part of the reason you're not getting it is because you're talking too fucking much. You're over talking. You're overthinking. You said one word that went over the line. You said one extra thing that somebody wasn't feeling. And then they made a decision not to give you what you want. Now, I've seen this in all kinds of movies and television shows, and I've seen it in my own life. And so what I decided to do was make space for silence. Now, let me tell you what this does. Silence is a form of power. And the reason that I say that is because it gives you space to think about what you want to say. It also gives the other person who is trying to receive your message space to think if they know what you're thinking. And they don't know because you have made space for silence. And the power that is in silence is that it demands attention. Because if they're so used to you talking all the time and then you suddenly become silent, they think, well, is there something wrong with them? Is there something wrong with you? Do I need to reevaluate what's going on? And the answer to that question is yes. They need time to evaluate if they're making the right decision. They need time to evaluate if what they're doing is going to be beneficial to you. They need time to reduce the distractions that they might have if you were talking. And silence allows you to put your mind at ease. It allows you to really focus on what you said and what you're going to say, what somebody else said, what you think about it, and the most beneficial way to handle a situation. And let me tell you why it's so powerful. Because when you're silent, what happens is somebody else starts talking so much that you get to see how they really feel. Because they're going to talk and say some stuff to get you to talk. But you need to make space for silence. You'd be surprised at what you can get when you shut the fuck up. Because now they're thinking, well, what do I need to do to get them to talk again? Well, what, what? All of the questions, right? And you can fill in the blanks after that. Just what? Because they don't know what you're thinking. And I'm telling you, you can use this in personal relationships. You can use this in business relationships. Because when you say something and then you're silent afterwards, you now give the other person permission to speak, permission to think, and you sit back and revel in the silence. Revel in it because you want to see how they react. You want to hear what they say. And then you can use your next superpower of facial movements, eye movements. Use your hands to cover your mouth. Oh my God, it's so many tricks of the trade. It's so many different things that you can do. But when I'm telling you that it's time for you to make space for silence, don't say anything. Shut the fuck up and just let it happen. Let things unfold before you. See how much better your relationships are when you make space for silence. Try it out. Let me know how it works for you. And come back whenever you need another pick me up, because there will be a time when you talk too much. And you'll remember, I need to make space for silence. I'm trying to tell you, it works. It works. It works. It works. If you shut the fuck up and make space for silence. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Real Ass Affirmations. This is a place that is safe. This is a place for you to get what you need. It's a place for you to recharge. It's a place for you to cuss somebody out if you need to. But in this episode, we're going to make space for silence, okay? So make sure that you always show up and show out, that you continue to give it to the people. And that's on Real Ass Affirmations.